Good morning. I'm meteorologist Dave Jones with Storm Center Communications and GeoCollaborate with your Friday morning, June 3rd, sensitive information sharing environment, fleet response working group update on potential tropical cyclone number one, which has developed off the Yucatan Peninsula. It is expected to become Tropical Storm Alex later today, and U.S. Air Force hurricane reconnaissance planes are flying through the storm as we speak, looking for a closed circulation. Once that closed circulation is found by the aircraft, it will become Tropical Storm Alex because winds are at 40 miles per hour in several quadrants of the storm. I want to show you the latest satellite picture. This is from the GOES high-resolution satellite. It's infrared because the sun hasn't come up quite just yet for that part of the world. And the storm is showing some shear being applied to it. You can see those clouds that are moving off to the east. That's the cold top of the clouds that are being pushed towards Florida. A lot of the precipitation is also impacting Florida as well. So I want to show you from GeoCollaborate perspective where the new tropical storm warnings are. I changed the color of the base map so you can see these very easily, and anywhere you see in the blue from south of Tampa and St. Pete across, including the Florida Keys, Key West, Dry Tortugas, up the Florida East Coast, they are tropical storm warnings. Also, the western tip of Cuba and the Bahamas are under tropical storm warnings. So the cone of uncertainty, and let me just show you and move here where the storm is located right now. These green dots show where the center has been estimated. It's called the best track estimates. The storm is expected to move in this direction. Remember, the cone of uncertainty is not a damage path. It really means this is the likelihood where the National Hurricane Center forecasters feel it's most likely that the center of the storm will move within 65 miles of this cone. So if it moves 65 miles outside of the cone, it's still accurate. This is just an approximation as to where the errors are in relation to the movement of the center of the storm. So the impacts of the storm are going to be felt much wider than the cone of uncertainty. And that is reflected in the precipitation forecast. I'm going to turn on the Weather Prediction Center in College Park, Maryland. They handle the heavy rain forecast, quantitative precipitation forecast for the states when tropical cyclones make landfall. And so you can see and hear what is expected. As a matter of fact, from about south central Florida all the way down to Key West, we're talking about rainfall totals here of 5 to 7, perhaps even 8 inches of rain. In some isolated cases, I wouldn't be surprised to see 9 or 10 inches of rain during the evening tonight into tomorrow. This is a fast-moving storm, so it's going to be over by tomorrow evening in many parts of southern and southwestern Florida. You'll probably see the sun come out, and you'll see some beautiful tropical clouds with a lot of rainbows. That's what I think is going to happen there. Impacts to critical infrastructure, I think, are going to be minor, except where those flooding rains are experienced. So the storm drains are not designed to handle such intense rain in a short period of time. So there are likely to be street flooding, and that could impact some critical infrastructure in the areas, from roadways to electrical substations. You want to keep an eye out for that. The rainfall totals up in the Tampa area look like anywhere from 1.5 inches to 3/4 of an inch of rain, all the way down to around Miami, which is 7 inches of rain, potentially up to 10 inches of rain in isolated cases. So we're going to keep you posted on that. As a matter of fact, I'll turn off the QPF forecast and show you the impacted severe weather, the likelihood of severe weather during the day today. This is the area which could experience flash flooding today. So later on this afternoon, we're already experiencing rain. I'll turn on the National Weather Service radar data, and you can see that rain is already impacting South Florida. This is directly from the blow-off of potential tropical cyclone number one. So the ground is very, very saturated in South Florida. It doesn't take much rain at all to create flooding. And with this amount of moisture coming through, even though it's moving fast, expect some serious street flooding at times. I'll turn the radar data off and also show you the expected precipitation or severe weather expected during the day tomorrow. So you can say it's still, encompassing South Florida, expanding up the east coast of Florida somewhat as the storm moves through. So tonight and tomorrow, keep your guard up. Heavy rain expected throughout South Florida. I do want to update everyone too. Colorado State University updated their hurricane prediction for the 2022 outlook. They do that. It's expected on June 2nd. So I just wanted to bring you the information, the latest data for what Dr. Phil Klotzbach and his team have just released. So it's not good news. They've upped all of their numbers here from 19 to 20 expected named storms. They've also gone from 9 to 10 in the number of hurricanes expected to develop, and also the accumulated cyclone energy, which is kind of a number for expected energy generated by all of the cyclones, tropical storms, and hurricanes that develop. That number has gone up as well. NOAA doesn't forecast that number, but Colorado State University does forecast those numbers. And so, needless to say, we're expecting a much above average hurricane season. Remember, it only takes one storm to change your life and do major damage to critical infrastructure. One other thing I wanted to do, and that was to call out a friend of mine, a friend and colleague, Dr. Marshall Shepard, who was selected yesterday and awarded the SEC Professor of the Year throughout the SEC. So congratulations, Marshall. Marshall and I worked together. He worked a little bit after me at NASA Goddard Space Flight Center. Just wanted to give him a little shout out for this prestigious award. What a great year for Dr. Marshall Shepard. So that's it for me in this update this morning. I'm Dave Jones with Storm Center Communications. We'll keep you posted throughout the Fleet Response Working Group GeoCollaborate dashboard. Keep checking back for updates. We'll have another one later this afternoon when we will likely have Tropical Storm Alex. Thanks so much for watching.